I don't know this for sure. Maybe I'll be able to get more clarity on it when I talk to Kenny tomorrow, but is it possible, Richie, that when Pickett made those comments, he just assumed that they were going to play Notre Dame? Because you got to remember where he grew up. He was a Notre Dame fan his entire childhood before Pitt recruited him and he picked the Panthers. I know that the Notre Dame thing is very important to him, redeeming, making up for some losses Pitt's had to Notre Dame because of his kind of boyhood obsession with Notre Dame football. And if you remember, I even thought Saturday night, who did you think they were going to play in a bowl game, Richie? I thought it was the Fighting Irish, right?
Yeah.
So that's part of it. I just wonder if, from a personal standpoint, he wanted that one last test against Notre Dame. Now, maybe he wants to finish the season with these guys. He wants to play with Addison one more time. I don't think it's a draft stock thing. I don't think he's going to play so well he shoots up the boards even more, or he has a bad game and he moves down. I think the pro days, the combine, and the personal interviews do more for a quarterback than what they do in, say, one bowl game.
Well, I could tell you wouldn't do more for a quarterback if he blows out his knee or hurts his arm.
Exactly.
Right. So that's where I am.
Look at the number one pick and the number one guy, the Oregon pass rusher, said today, I'm done. I'm not playing in the Alamo Bowl. Now, the Peach Bowl is better than the Alamo Bowl, but still, he said, I got an investment to protect. And how could you blame him?
Yeah. I mean, look, he's caught up in it after the game, too. If an agent gets in your ear, you got 3-4 weeks to make the decision. Right. And, a lot of people are going to be talking to you. Hey, Kenny, you could potentially be signing for what? I mean, if he's a top 5 pick, that's a huge contract.
And remember, too, he's told this story before. When he walked off the field at the end of last year against Georgia Tech, their final game, he thought he was leaving. He thought he was going to go into the NFL draft, and then he thought about it some more. He talked to Peyton Manning. He talked to draft advisors. He talked to Narduzzi. He talked to his family, decided it's in my best interest to come back. So maybe the same thing is happening right now.
Yeah.
And maybe this Mark Whipple thing and the way it all played out, maybe that is a factor in all of this. Maybe he thought, because I know those two guys are very close. I know that Whipple has some detractors here, but I think Whipple coming back to Pitt in 2021 very much influenced Kenny Pickett's decision to play football here again this year. He likes Whipple. He's got a lot of respect for him. I know that.
What else influenced him is that he might not have been drafted last year. Let's go out to the phone lines. And John out in Carrick. How you doing, John?
Hi, John.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Hi. Hey, so what legally is the, standard? He's enrolled as a student, so he's not a professional athlete. When can he talk with a sports agent? How does that work?
He has one. I think he has one right now. Now, they have to, I think, with NIL, they might have to call it by a different name, but it's the same thing. A lot of the guys that represent NFL quarterbacks, NFL players, are now helping out these guys with their NIL and their endorsement opportunities, and then they're in early, and then they just progress into being full-time agents. And I'm almost positive that that's what Pickett has right now, Richie.
As long as he doesn't accept gifts, I think he's okay with something like that. So I don't know. Let's go out to David in Oakland. Our Go One Better, number one Cochran Go One Better call tonight.
Hey, David.
Yeah, good evening. I have a quick question. With Pitt having such a great year, why do you think some of the recruits that they recruited are decommitting from the program?
Change your mind. I mean, I think sometimes it's crazy. Recruiting is crazy, Pony.
Is that happening?
I didn't really know. I didn't hear it. I mean, I'm just going by what this guy said. I don't know who's committing and who's decommitting because it's hard to, when a guy gives a verbal commitment, that's still not 100% until they sign. So,
right.
You have that early signing period, and then you have the late signing period. So we'll see what happens. But it's just one guy says one thing, and then you go to another visit, and they like it, and whatever. Yeah. So, all right, but we're going to take a break. More phone calls, tweets, and some stories coming up next. Stay right there.